Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees win a wild one against the Blue Jays in the Bronx. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go!
Think of your children pledging allegiance to the maple leaf.
You know, the Yankees aren't a good team. You know, the Yankees, they're not a good team.
It's New York Minute Sports.
Well, there you have it, folks. Welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to visit the New York Nuts merch store. That's that beautiful blue line, all T-shirts made in the USA, just like yours truly. Woo! Holy, I was on the edge of my couch tonight screaming obscenities at Aaron BABoone, wow, for putting Bednar in, but it worked out for the New York Yankees. Thank God. He did exactly what David Bednar does. He gave up a run. He pitched about 31 pitches and was inefficient. And finally, he locked it down to close the game out. Now, this is where Bubbles gets tricky, and he likes to be cute. He could have left Cruz in this game to close it out, but no, he wanted to tempt fate. He wanted Bednar to get right back on the horse and try to close out the game tonight, and he made it as difficult as possible, but the New York Yankees steal a win, and Bubbles looks pretty good on this one, folks. If he did not succeed, I was about to go both barrels, bazooka job on Bubbles. But you know what? This series is a huge series, and you know what I mean, because of the way and the manner in which the Toronto Blue Jays won this division last year. The way that the Toronto Blue Jays handled the New York Yankees in 2025. And a lot of questions from Yankee fans are, how are the run-it-back Yanks going to solve the puzzle of the Toronto Blue Jays? And tonight, got to give credit to Boone once again. Got this team prepared, and guys came through in the clutch. One thing I did notice about the Yankees against the Blue Jays that they did differently was work at bats and get more contact on the ball tonight. If you notice, they finished with 7 runs. They usually don't do that against Toronto. It's a tighter game, but they were more aggressive against their batters. First of all, Ernie, Clement, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Springer need to be put on an island somewhere because they kill the Yankees. Ernie Clement's from New York. He should be a Yankee. Can we steal him somehow? Package deal. Blue Jay fans, let me know in the comments section below, because I would love the guy in pinstripes because he's an old school baseball player. But you know what? Yankees started off the game right with a leadoff home run from Paul Goldschmidt. Then he followed it up with an RBI double later in the game. Listen, we can't go back to the well as much as we'd like with Paul Goldschmidt. He's not 28. He's an elder statesman, and the reason that he's being so efficient right now is that he is getting time off his feet. That's the reason they brought Paul Goldschmidt back to this Yankees team, is because with the advanced bench that they have and more guys coming up from the farm, there's going to be more time. And especially with the way Ben Rice is playing, Paul Goldschmidt will get his time off. They should mix it in between Rosario and Paul Goldschmidt moving forward. I don't even care if it's a right-handed. Put him at the leadoff spot because I can't watch Trent Grisham do that anymore. Then you had guys wake up from their slumps, wake up from their slumber. Anthony Volpe, since he's come back, has been lights out. I have to give the praises to Anthony Volpe. Feels like I took Quaaludes before this episode. I'm praising Boone and I'm praising Volpe, but you know what? I got to give credit where credit's due right here on New York Minute Sports. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. because Anthony Volpe's got 6 walks in his first 3 games. Tonight, he's got 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's working at bats, and he's giving pitchers fits. Then he gets on base and he starts stealing bags. And what about that play at home tonight? What a heads-up baseball player. And dare I say, I'm going to do it. I told myself I wasn't going to do it. I think Anthony Volpe might be able to turn his career around. I think he might be able to turn his career around. I'm starting to believe in my own methane. He's looking more comfortable. He doesn't need to be the guy anymore. When they brought Anthony Volpe and Austin Wells up, he had to contribute day one immediately. Now, he's just kind of an afterthought, and the pressure's off because everyone's like, Anthony Volpe, we don't expect much from him. So kind of indirectly, the pressure is off Anthony Volpe, and maybe he's playing with reckless abandon and's got nothing to lose, because I think this is the last chance saloon for Anthony Volpe. So props to Anthony Volpe tonight. Heads up baseball play, scoring runs when nobody else was doing anything. Paul Goldschmidt with a heads up play. Then you got Cody Bellinger, 600 milligrams with the bomb in the seventh inning. Ties the ball game up, and Cody's another one that's been on the skids. By the way, this is not a complaint about Cody Bellinger. He has been lights out all season long, and he has to be the lead for the Gold Glove in left field because he has played a meticulous left field. And when Aaron Judge was slumping earlier this year, and now Giancarlo Stanton's out, Cody Bellinger goes, get on the back, hammer. And sure enough, he carried the Yankees tonight to tie the ball game up. And then who takes the lead? None other than our boy, JAYS Chisholm, wearing Giancarlo Stanton's pants, looking like he's wearing his dad's pants. I love it. And he was so surprised by the home run. That's the confidence builder that the Yankees can have from this game. You got three guys that have been slumping. They can leave this game with a positive taste in their mouth. Yes, even Bednar, even after being non-effective, he still got the save tonight and got out of the game. Also, if the 2025 Yankees were on the diamond tonight, they lose that game to the Toronto Blue Jays. As a Yankee fan, take some solace right now in the fact that the Yankees played the Blue Jays hard tonight because, guys, they got the formula on the Yankees. And it seems like they were waking up at the end of the game and were ready to pounce, but the Yankees stopped them. This is a crucial divisional series against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Yankees want revenge. You can tell that Aaron Boone was fired up in this dugout, chirping at the umpires in the beginning of this game, and it's war. And we have to take advantage of Toronto Blue Jays injuries right now to their pitching staff. They're decimated all over the place, and now the Yankees have to pounce because I don't want the Toronto Blue Jays, after the All-Star break, adding a couple of arms, getting healthy at the right time, and being a pain in our ass and the division at the end of the year. Because I do think that the Tampa Bay Rays will come back down to earth. I don't think that they can sustain this rate all season long. Now, Giancarlo Stanton, injuries are part of his career now, and we understand that. And in fact, I've said here on this show that it should be the Bartolo Colon rule for Giancarlo Stanton. And what I mean by that is the Bartolo Colon rule was Bartolo Colon for the Mets would go 11-1 for the first half of the year, and then he'd finish the year at 11-12 because he ran out of gas and he was an older pitcher. Giancarlo Stanton, just like Paul Goldschmidt, the more time off his feet, the better. But now this year, they've been suffering without Giancarlo Stanton. The Yankees are only one game above 500. They're 11-10 since the injury. Now, the one thing about Stanton, other than the clutch home runs and him absolutely dominating the Boston Red Sox, is the fact that when Aaron Judge does go cold, you can rely on Giancarlo Stanton's right-handed power bat to throw the Yankees on their back. Now, Cody did it tonight. But now, also, the reason that the Yankees haven't been scoring as many runs as they like is because the parity in the lineup is gone. Giancarlo Stanton lengthens that lineup. We are too left-handed dominant when Giancarlo Stanton's out of that lineup. And that's why McMahon's fallen back to earth. And I knew that would happen after he had a hot 3 weeks, because what goes up must come down. McMahon has come back down to earth. And Rosario, I love him. I was completely wrong about Ahmad Rosario in the beginning of the year, and I apologize to all the people in the comment section that said he was good. Completely changed my attitude about him. But just like Paul Goldschmidt, Rosario is good in doses, guys. I think he's one of those guys that if he were to play every single day, he would come back to earth. He's a good change of pace, spark plug kind of guy that you can put in at third base. The Yankees are going to have to address third base, their closing, and the catcher position, because Austin Wells even came out earlier today when he was asked about what's going on with his hitting. And he said, you know what? I've just been absolutely terrible. And I don't know if it's the pressure, just like Anthony Volpe, because Austin Wells won the MVP of the catcher for the Dominican Republic in the World Baseball Classic, and he was covering the tearing the cover off the ball. When he gets into the Bronx, he puts the pressure on. I mean, Austin Wells, the experiment is done, but they did not prepare this team enough with right-handed bats. Chapman was available a couple of years ago. Even the right-handed third baseman Okamoto that you guys have on the Toronto Blue Jays, I would have liked to see the Yankees go after that so we wouldn't have to plug so many holes, in the trade deadline. But this was a absolutely great win for the Yankees. They needed this after yesterday, after the road trip that they had. If they came into the Bronx tonight and they lost this game in the same fashion, Aaron Bubbles BABoone would be getting his head torn off. Bednar would be DFA'd back of a milk carton, and we'd be singing a much different tune. But the Yankees win the game. They beat a divisional opponent, and I want revenge on the Toronto Blue Jays. Last year did not sit well in my stomach, and tonight I literally started getting sick when I watched Bednar give up the run. I felt pains in my stomach, and thank God they pulled it out. But tomorrow, back in the Bronx. Also, I will be in the building in the Bronx on Thursday night against the Blue Jays, and Carlos Rodon is taking the bump. If you see a guy wearing a Yankees jersey with sunglasses on at night, tearing his hair out in the crowd, that's New York Minute. Come and say hello. Help me pick my clumps of hair up and throw them back, because I don't know about you guys. If you go to a lot of games, have you ever had one pitcher that you wind up seeing all the time? Well, for the past 3 years, it's been Carlos Rodon, and I want to get off the cycle. Please help me out. I don't want to watch Carlos Rodon anymore. He has to turn it around this week. Also, Weathers gave us length, pitched until the 6th inning tonight. That was great. I have no idea how Ernie Clement got that ball out of left field. It was like a flick of the bat. Even Weathers was surprised, but Weathers was solid tonight. He's another guy that doesn't get enough credit. For the run-it-back Yanks, he is the only addition to this team. And for a young guy that couldn't figure it out on the Marlins, he has been indispensable for the New York Yankees. Will Warren will be going tomorrow, and the Yankees need to win every single game of this series. Blood's in the water, and you cannot let these guys get comfortable, man. And the Yankees will be taking on the Blue Jays in the Bronx tomorrow. And go over to Instagram at New York Minute. That's NEWYRKMIN. And go check out the account. Also, go check out the New York Nuts merch line. Yeah, check out the Toronto Blow Jays t-shirt, the Roofless Rays. Get a Stanky shirt while you're at it, and a Snorial shirt, and the Beantown Bum shirt in our AL Lease line, guys. Check out all the t-shirts that came on during the show, and I want to thank all of my followers for getting us over 5,000 followers, guys. I never thanked you enough, and remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Good night, Canada. Give me Ernie Clement, please. Bye.
That's your boy.
So
You
have the
said
word.
he was.
Goodbye. That's my boy.